Man, we here live again, once again, for the LUH MARLO show, and we got here Dangerous D, and then we got special guests over here that, you know. But what's up, Dangerous D? You talk to me, man.
What up, what's going on, y'all? It's y'all boy, y'all know what it is, man. Same old, trying to make $1 out of 15 cents.
Don't miss, and make sure you hit. Well, yeah, and so you can tell me, man, we was speaking on, in general, we just gonna keep it in the end, just keep it real, you know what I'm saying? Just tell me this how you feeling today, like what's on your mind, you know what I'm saying? And what's going on in general, though, in life.
Man, just watching the news every morning, it seems like somebody always getting shot, man. Like,
yeah, man, it's getting crazy out here, though. Like, they killing 15-year-olds, 13-year-olds, 9-year-olds, hitting 6-year-olds. Ain't get to hit the target that you looking for.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Matter of fact, look, like I want to ask my man Dada, because I know, Dada like one of them smart guys, man. Dada, what do you think about the guns and all these laws going on? You know what I'm saying? Because, we got to look up. So just give us like your little point of view of the gun laws, man.
I mean, yeah, Dada, what's up?
Push out on me.
I mean, we want to know. I know you feel some type of way about these kids getting shot out here, though, Dada.
Yeah, Dada, what's up?
For the kids, Dada, for the kids, man.
Okay, even if, let's say this, even if kids is shooting other kids and all that other stuff, what is that going to do for the guns?
I mean, I said we stop selling the motherfucking gun to the kids and giving it to them. You know what I'm saying?
That.
What you mean we can't?
Because that goes against their 2A.
Or go against the hood policy?
No, that goes against 2A. They God give a right for guns.
Oh, God give a right for guns.
Yeah.
What the hell did God give a right for guns?
The Second Amendment.
The Second Amendment? So you got to give somebody a gun?
The right, exactly. The right to bear arms.
Right to bear arms? I ain't know that shit.
Yeah, that's your right.
I'm just taught to bust a pistol.
Nah, you got a right. You got a right to defend yourself against all forms of aggregation against you.
You got a right to defend yourself for all aggregation and the rights against you. I was taught, this is what I was taught. Go to school. If a nigga pick on you, pick up your tool and use your damn tool. But make sure you get the dude that you looking for. Now, I'm saying these dudes, they hitting the guns and they probably shooting the gun, aiming and not even motherfucking.
What that got to do with
switches?
But what that got to do with the gun?
It's this gun ride. It's like, oh man.
You see what I'm saying? What that got to do with the gun? Because the gun is only shooting at what you pointed at.
Exactly. So aim for your target.
Right, but if ain't nobody got training, guess what? You liable to hit anything. You don't know nothing about the kickback. You see what I'm saying?
I mean, I don't know, y'all. I can't say. I just said we need to stop the violence and increase the peace, man. Like you know what I'm saying? Do something else. I mean, I know you gotta protect yourself and defend yourself and do your thing, the right thing. But like, man, I just say, man,
trust me,
stop the violence, man.
Trust me. Back in the days of Abraham Lincoln and all that, guess what? Kids had long pistols. Kids had revolvers. Kids had double-barrel shotguns. And them long.
But I mean, you right though. I'm saying though, we talk about the generation now though. Yeah. Dada, what I'm saying, Dada, I'm telling you, we want you to speak on what's going on now, though. We ain't talking about back in the day. We talking about how can we stop the violence from going on now.
What I'm saying is we've always had guns.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
We always had guns. But it wasn't, the violence wasn't as worse as it is now. People wasn't.
It's not as televised as it is now. You see what I'm saying? Because when we go back to those days, then you got to talk about black and white. This and that and other.
That was like when you think about more about slavery days and stuff like that.
But now coming into this day,
these days
you got more.
You got 15-year-olds carrying a gun, aiming at the bus and shit like that, and killing 6-year-olds and shit like that, bro.
But also too is the way guns travel these days. It's a lot of ways guns travel.
That shit fucking nigga up. Real from man, I'm telling you, bro. Like, bro, if they hurt one more of my folks, bro, I'm going ham on everything. Though. I'm really blowing everything. I'm gonna blow the fucking world up, bro.
But you talking local,
like real live though.
You talking local? Let's
my bad, y'all. My bad. We on the LUH MARLO show. My bad, y'all. My bad.
You talking on a local level, right? You talking on a local level. You talking about in your neighborhood. You know what I'm saying, in your state, this and that and the other. Let's talk about it on a global. On a global perspective, guess where guns come from? Right here in your own country.
I'm saying we know that, dog. We saying that. We saying, but how can we increase the peace? How can we stop these youngers from getting these guns and hurt? I mean, we don't want them. We want them to courage. We want them to protect themselves. How can we stop
Train
it?
the child in the way they should go. That way they won't depart.
Even if you train them to defend themselves, but you know, as you got dudes out here provoking them to live the wrong way. That's what we saying. We got to stop provoking them to live the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? And like that rap music and shit like that.
I'm not gonna blame rap music.
It's the music.
I'm not gonna blame rap music.
I mean, I understand what you're saying.
I'm not gonna blame rap music
Right.
because rap music ain't. I've been listening to rap music since the days of Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing them niggas said make me go out and go get a pistol and shoot somebody.
Nah, but
The general
they weren't talking about killing though.
No. I'm saying just the whole evolution of hip hop. From the early 90s to now, I've listened to rap. I've never once sat up there and went to go get a gun to go shoot somebody.
But that's
our generation. The music wasn't as hardcore when we was coming up.
But that's what I'm
It
saying.
wasn't as
I'm
hardcore.
not saying
Murder on my mind and everything like that. Kill Bill.
What I'm saying is this.
That shit wasn't hard as this shit is now. This drill music way harder.
What I'm saying is this. Even with the drill music now, it's still not making me go out and go get a gun.
That's because your generation. We talking about the kids.
Listen. However, when it comes down to it, a lot of these kids, they ain't got no form of training but a fucking iPhone or a Android phone. You know what I'm saying? They in front of their phone all day, every day. You see what I'm saying? Just so they won't make a fuss for their parents. Most of the parents are strapped down with working and all this other shit or whatever. It's systematic. You see what I'm saying? It's more levels at play than just guns. You know what I'm saying?
So you saying, no, listen what I'm saying. I think we need to stop all this hood beef. With me, personally, I think all this hood beef need to stop. I think we need to stop putting in the guns and like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not against selling drugs and stuff like that. I'm not against it. But I think we need to stop sending them outside in the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? To pack their guns. Like, you know what I'm saying? Teach them how to hustle. Show them the right way of hustling and the right way of doing things. A lot of things when they go to school, you know what I'm saying? They go off what used to be going on in the past and the people that's beefing back in the day. And so your kids got to try to live up to what their OGs did. You know what I'm saying? So, like, don't try to live up to what I did. Try to be better than me and do the right thing in life. You know what I'm saying? Even though, you know what I'm saying, you might want to be out there to sell your little drugs and shit, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? But try them go to school, go to class, and still pick up a book and read something. Don't go out here and just bust your gun for no reason and get yourself locked up and jammed up in 25 years. Now you got to send him money over the penitentiary. You still sending your OG some money. You know what I'm saying? You still sending your OG money because of the mistake that he made. So I'm telling you, stop sending our young youth in the wrong direction.
But see, this the problem.
That's what I'm saying.
This the problem that opens up. Or whatever. OG, I'm already selling drugs. So I'm already in the wrong. So what the fuck difference does
selling
it make?
drugs? Who will say selling drugs is wrong?
Listen, I'm already selling drugs, so I'm already in the wrong. This is how they think. This is
That's
how
the American way of getting money. That's a drug trade. It's a drug trade.
Listen. I'm already in the wrong by selling these drugs, right? So how you gonna sit up there and tell me, OG, not to pick up a gun and shoot whoever?
Take it.
When I'm already getting these niggas high.
They don't tell them that. They don't tell them not to pick up a gun. They tell them to go pick up a gun and do the shit that you saying. But see, that's what me as an OG. I'm telling them no. Don't do that. Don't you carry your gun or you pack your pistol on to protect yourself. Just the way
but
to
that's
protect
what I'm saying.
yourself.
They're gonna come at you at. They're gonna be like, man, I'm already in the wrong, Slim, and you can't sit up there and tell me that I'm not in the wrong because now because I'm in the wrong. Now I'm all the way in. I gotta be in it to win it. You see what I'm saying? That's what they're gonna tell you, and they're gonna neglect you, even though you saying don't do all this.
Nah, they not gonna. They see what we happen is. They not gonna neglect what I'm telling you. They gonna hear me out, but they gonna still take the advice from you saying, man, shit, bro, you already living wrong. Go ahead and do what you do. You know what I'm saying? They still gonna take your advice instead of telling them to go ahead and do what they do. Tell them. That's their peers with them too. That's their peers. Yeah, that's their own, man. But you gotta leave from. I want us as adults Man, like, man, young man, go ahead and do something better with yourself. You know what I'm saying? And show them different. You know what I'm saying? Because we already made them consequences and the mistakes, and they go down the same burrow. And I'm saying we got to change that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. We need to change that from, like, you know what I'm saying? I know y'all want them to go out there and sell them packs and shit for you. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. Ain't nothing wrong with that, getting them to go out there and do your thing, whatever you got to do. But you know what the outcome of that. Tell them what the outcome of what that is. Because as soon as they get into it and they get caught, They telling on everybody, and they gonna bring you down eventually. But the only why they don't bring you down because you put fear in their heart. They don't tell on you, but they tell on everybody else. You know what I'm saying? That ain't right. That ain't right. You make them learn from what they doing, man. You teach them the right way. Don't just go out there and give them a pound and say go ahead, go out there and hustle, and he get locked up. He go tell on the Bob that was with him, his man that was with him.
True, but going back to
don't do that.
But going back to 2A,
show him what he said. Tell him. Show him that if you tell boy that you can get some stitches.
True, but going back to 2A, you know, I think going back to 2A, the Second Amendment, you know, I think.
Y'all remember ATL? Y'all remember ATL? You see when the dude was out there selling coke, he got robbed, and the boy came in and T.I. had to throw the money, man, don't kill my little brother. Boom. He wasn't going to kill him. He was just going to put fear in us and let him know that, boy, you did wrong. You playing my money. I need my money. You see what I'm saying?
It's a lot of ways that could have played out, but we ain't never see it, so you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we don't know what really happened.
I know that was going to play out. He just wanted his money back.
Yeah, he just wanted his money back. He ain't want to kill him.
But at the same time, you know,
he was just trying to scam. He was just trying to scam.
But little cuz knew what he did wrong, or else he wouldn't have spilled the chocolate milk all over himself. You know what I'm saying? He
No. He was just scared because he got robbed. He ain't do nothing wrong. He got robbed.
Nah, but he noticed he knew the consequences of.
He still owe up that debt after he got robbed.
But he already knew that going into the game. You see what I'm saying? He thought he was sweet, whatever. But you know, other dudes on the block who was watching him was like, okay, well, he the best earner. We gonna rob that nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But after you get robbed in the game, you know what I'm saying? I feel it. I'm like, nigga don't want to pay that debt. But you still owe them dudes.
You still owe.
You still owe them dudes. You know what I'm saying?
Leave that shit alone.
That's why you gotta teach them though the right from wrong.
Ain't no winning in that shit.
I mean, it's just
nobody that made money back in the day still on like.
I know a lot of successful drug dealers, bro. I know a lot of successful drug dealers, but I'm not saying that.
Get out.
I know a lot of them. But they knew that, but they just not just dealing drugs. You know what I'm saying? They got other little businesses. They got other cover-ups for it. You know what I'm saying? They probably got family members. You know what I'm saying? They're going to work every day. You know what I'm saying? But
it's all in the way you do it.
But I know it. I did not also know a lot of people that got locked up from dealing.
The days of just sitting on the block and selling, them days is over.
Huh? Dangerous D, what's up, my man?
Hey, look, I'm listening to what y'all saying, you know.
I mean, now we want you to speak on it, though, you know what I'm saying?
Right. I mean,
how you feel about how can you help the youth get these guns off the streets?
It's like Larry say, man, I think the music got a lot to do with it, man. Like, it's that music,
yeah, the music.
Man. It's
the music. But then it's them big dudes out there, too, though. You know what I'm saying? They see with them chains, living that life. And you know what I'm saying? They're living that life and shit. They still them dudes out there that's living them life, that's getting a little bit of money. They see them, they're like, shit, bro, I ain't gotta go to school. Slim ain't go to school. But Slim went to school. Slim read some books. If he ain't graduated from high school, he either went back to school or he sat down for some time. The guy that got some thoughts together. You know what I'm saying? Some type of way he done got some education. You know what I'm saying? I don't know no society.
It's more not even niggas. Niggas is on gang violence. This is more violence than anything now. It ain't no, I'm going outside to shoot a nigga. I'm not going outside to sell or do this. I'm just going outside and try to find I'll put it on camera.
Yeah.
So you said they just going out there to blow niggas up.
They see what's going on. They see how niggas coming doing. It's like Pooh Shiesty, King Von, all them rappers. They shooting niggas, then they doing videos, and they talk about it, try to diss on live, and then get us on, diss the niggas on. That's all they think about right there.
I mean, I don't know, bro. Like, I just say, like, these dudes, we should lead from example as adults, and you know what I'm saying? And and show the kids more better than what we doing.
They don't
But
listen,
see, the thing
We gotta beat it into them. We gotta beat them into them.
that's just like
but
us.
see, the
Man,
thing is
look
that
at us
see,
when we
I
was young. Look at you.
Exactly. When I was young, though. When I was young, that's what I look at.
Nobody.
I ain't have no kid, no guidance, no word. But when I did that time, when I sat down,
Even if you
you
did,
know
bro.
what I'm saying? I understood a little bit more. Shit started hitting clear to me. Shit started hitting different to me, though. You know what I'm saying?
your
Like, yeah.
Johnson right
Yeah, though. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like, yeah.
right
Shit started hitting clear to me. Like, I wanted to do different. Like, man, when I come home, bro, I want my family. I want to be with my girl.
Yeah.
I don't really want to be on the streets no more. But some dudes go to jail and still have that same mentality. You know what I'm saying? That money, like, but you gotta want different for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because some people come home and do the same thing over and over and repeat offenders and don't change the cycle.
Yeah.
So only thing I just did, I just try to break the cycle and change myself. See what I'm saying? And better myself. Now, even if I'm still in the same actions and still living wrong, I still try to better myself and better my surroundings and people around me. A lot of people don't do that. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
What you saying?
like I said, and then like most of these kids are grown to just violence, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I was watching on the news where you got the parents teaching a 4-year-old how to hold a gun and Lord knows, you know, like what other shit.
Ain't
So,
nothing wrong with teaching your son how to pack a gun. You know what I'm saying?
Man, you playing a dangerous
That's
game.
what I'm
But like,
But I'm
I don't teach my son violence, but
I
ain't
don't see what's the need for you to teach a 4-year-old
defend himself. Not a 4-year-old. I'm just saying. I'm saying when you get to an age enough to understand the gun. I ain't saying a 4-year-old though. I'm just saying like you want them to know, man. Look, this is what you gotta do if you get in a situation. You want your kids to know that. You got to wait till you get older though, because when
That's what I'm saying.
you said I was taught in the Quran. It said beat into him, install him to the principles until when he turned 8. Well, 4 is too young. 4 too young. But when he's 8 or 9, you install that into his mind and let him know what's right and wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because at 4 or 5, he can't understand. He don't know no right or wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 4 or 5 a little too young. But I'm just saying, it's nothing wrong with installing what you want your kid to know and what your kid to learn and to pick up and habits. See, me, I install my son like different. I train my son different. I don't want him in the streets. You know what I'm saying? But if you live in that life, because you got some people that ain't going to never get out the streets. Ain't never planning on getting out the streets. You know what I'm saying? They got kids. You feel me?
I don't see nothing wrong with teaching because you know
That's all I'm saying, y'all.
because if you go to
4 years old. I mean,
if you go to other demographics, guess what?
I mean, yeah.
A 4-year-old know how to break down a big board.
I mean, but
I'm talking about.
But you want to train his mind for he can be sharp enough when he do get that age. He don't need you right there beside
when
him.
a little kid knows how to break down a 50 and put that sucker back together and then arm it. You know that's
and that can backfire too. Because I can tell you numerous stories. What was this white boy? I forgot his name, but his mother bought him a gun. A week later, that motherfucker shot like 16 people. And this happened recently. I think it was at a high school. You know, his parents bought him a gun. You know what I'm saying?
But even with the whole situation with the Kenosha,
yeah,
over in Kenosha, when he traveled from a whole nother state to another state and they killed somebody,
yeah,
he eventually got off or whatever.
Yeah. He shouldn't have because at the minimum, it's a federal offense to take a gun from one state to the other.
True.
I don't know how he got away, but that's America.
But at the same time, though, too, he illegally owned the gun because he was underage for having the gun.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But he still had the gun. You know what I'm saying? So it comes a point when you see the system itself at play and be like, okay, well, in a situation like that, what am I supposed to do and defend myself against a situation like that?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Where underage white kid has a gun and I don't. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It's okay. So society is built for us to look at our society and be like, oh, what the fuck is wrong with us? But at the same time, you got other triggers at play that instigate the shit that goes on, like the Chicago shit. Chicago wasn't never no bad state in the 90s.
What?
You see what I'm saying?
Chicago always been rough.
Nah, not like it is now. Now they sitting up there saying it's like World War III over that bitch. You see what I'm saying? But now
Chicago always been rough.
Chicago used to be a place where you go to shit like the Apollo and shit like that or whatever like that. You go to Chicago, and when you go to Chicago, you have some money when you go to Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Now it's stay away from Chicago. They shooting everywhere. Blah 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 blah. Like it's just a whole big war zone. Now how did it get there? You see what I'm saying? If there was no influence behind it, how did it get there? It's just a state like any other state. It can't be. There's no way that you sit up there and telling me that this one place. It's just like Detroit. Detroit, you would think that's the place for homeless people. Because how they used to talk about what's the name? Detroit so bad. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing there.
Detroit rough
Buildings
too.
all fucked up. This and the other. Don't nobody want to live in Detroit. Stay away from Detroit.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Detroit, they just like Detroit and Chicago, just like us, bro. They rough as hell. They grew up. They kids grew up not having just like we did.
But listen, what's the difference between us and them?
Ain't no difference.
It is a difference.
What? What's the difference?
Because you don't hear on the news how fucked up it is DC is.
It's the nation's capital.
This is not your couch, but you
But
gotta.
that's what I'm
you gotta
saying.
think about it. Their news and our news are different though. They don't report everything that's over there that happened over there though.
But
They
that's
ain't
what
gonna
I'm
let that
saying.
happen,
It
bro.
goes
Yeah, they're not
back.
going to report everything because you know you got the Detroit news and you got to watch Detroit news. You got to watch Chicago news. That shit worth over there too. There's no different, bro.
What I'm saying is the influence of it. You see what I'm saying?
Now I can say now North Carolina is a little different.
No. The difference between us and them, from a national perspective, is it's full of politics here. So we advertise that.
That's a free world. That's a free world over there too. Ain't no structure.
Matter what kind.
See, like
You know
over
what I'm
there.
saying?
I apologize, daughter. I like ain't no structure and like them cities that you just named, Detroit and Chicago and Washington D.C.
I'm not gonna
Ain't no
say that.
ain't no
I'm
real
not gonna say
structure.
that. I'm
There ain't
not
no
gonna say
fundamental structures like the military bound like in North Carolina and all that shit. That shit structured.
I'm
They
not
live
gonna
by
say
the
that
principles of that military shit. Over here ain't that means that structured like that.
I'm not gonna say
They
that.
want to be
This is-
structured.
I'm not
This
gonna
is
say
the
that.
nation's capital. They trust me, bro. Like right up the street, you got the White House.
Yeah.
They only gonna allow the media to say but so much about.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. The
Yeah,
influence.
yeah, they ain't gonna-
The influence.
Yeah.
The
But it's the
influence.
drug. But you know this shit. You know what DC stand for? Dope
Back
and
in the
coke.
day, it used to be.
Dope and coke.
Back in the day, it used to be Death City because that's all that was
Dope
going
and
on.
coke. Nah, for real. That's what this shit stand for. Dope and coke. Nah, bro. This shit stand for dope and coke.
They said,
Nah, for real, bro. Like
this shit is Columbia,
I raised
man.
like, bro. I'm trying to tell you, bro. You know they trying to say drug infested city, bro. They trying to drug infested all over all over DC is drug infested. You might not see it in the political world, but this whole world of like DC and all this shit is drug infested. You might not see it. And like the white man, they got their hands tied up into it. The government got their hands tied up into it. Everybody got their hands tied up in some type of way. They got their hands tied up into some weed, some coke,
like
or
this.
some dope.
I'm telling you,
all of them. You might not see them. You might not see them using it. You might not see them selling it hand in hand. They might be on the computers buying the shit overseas. You know what I'm saying? Whatever way, how they doing it. But this city, bro, that's what it should
I'm
stand for.
telling
Dope
you
and
like
coke,
this.
bro.
I'm telling you like this. Being that we live here in DC or whatever,
I done read a lot of literature about
I'm telling
this shit.
you that DC is the most powerful city in the world. Like, DC is the most powerful city in the world. Like, if people don't understand what I mean by that, like, the influence of DC goes international. And we the smallest city in the United States.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we control shit internationally. There's no other city in America that does that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like the prison system. When you go into the prison system, this and the other, you go to another state in the prison system. Guess what? They're gonna be watching you more than any other motherfucker because you got the mindset to take over shit because you're from DC. That's what we do.
That's one thing we do. We had that powerful mind. We can go anywhere, and take over shit.
Take over.
know what I'm saying? Because it's our education though. It's our education though. You know what I'm saying? I think we got a strong education system.
But we don't have the bounds. Right. We don't have the boundaries in our minds like everybody else.
But like them New York guys, they got a good education system down there too, and Atlanta. But like it's more of a money. They faster down in New York and Atlanta than us. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna say so much Atlanta, but I definitely know New York is a lot faster.
They fast.
But they caught up on the financial aspect of things.
Yeah, they more fast now
because they hold the whole shit. Because you got to remember, the NASDAQ opened at 9 o'clock in the morning up there in New York.
Yeah,
they never sleep.
Yeah, they never sleep down there in New York, right?
And that's a real life fact.
Mexico controls the drug trade. They will
never let it go.
They will never bliss that jump. Really,
they can't.
Yes, they can.
They can't go across that border.
They went over Iran and shot them motherfuckers. Their captain up. They could do that same shit.
Oh, Mexico? No, they don't want to play with no motherfucking Mexico, boy.
What did they do over there?
You think they want to play with Mexico? They don't want to play with no motherfucking Mexico.
What I'm saying is,
they don't want to play with their military base. That military base probably stronger than their military base probably stronger than our military base that they don't speak on.
That's what all.
You see what I'm saying?
The government got their hands tied in that drug market.
Listen,
listen, we got their hands tied in that drug market like a motherfucker.
Believe it or not, we got a market in Mexico. We got a market in Mexico.
Oh, yeah,
I'm gonna tell you, it's funded by the CIA and the FBI.
Oh, right. We got a market.
The reason why is because we sent over $2 million.
Blue Spice told me that though.
We sent over $2 million a couple of years ago. We sent over $2 million worth of guns over there, right? Out of nowhere. And guess what? They got lost. As soon as they crossed the border, they got 15 miles over the border and got lost. You think that was about $15 million worth of guns
over the border?
Over the border, and they was tracking it. It got 15 miles within the border and got lost. Now, if that one
bullshit.
Conveniently inconvenient, then what was it? You see what I'm saying? Y'all can track anything somebody else do.
Got GPS, how the
you
fuck
got motherfucking satellite, my nigga.
That shit on purpose.
They
you see what I'm saying?
Giving them guns to kill each other.
That's
it's a whole. That's what I'm saying. The whole international
that's crazy.
Chicago ain't the way Chicago is without the influence.
Guns out too. They drop them guns. They said nigga go in the alley and just crate of guns.
Yeah,
they do that in DC. They just crate of guns and just in the alley and somebody come pick them up.
Right,
they do that all over. I think in every 50 state. Drop a crate of guns over every 50 state.
Most of it is be strategic in different hoods.
Hey, you know what's crazy, y'all? There was a time that it used to be this one dude, right? He used to always come around the way with a bag full of guns. Like, you know what I'm talking about? So, but back then, I'm just thinking like, man, this dude fired and broke in somebody's shit. But to add to what y'all just say, man,
it makes sense.
Like, a whole bag, like, yo, y'all want the guns? Everything I love, Slim, like, this is the truth, man.
I believe.
It's motherfucking feds out here right now.
That
double back that'll go in the same neighborhoods and go arrest a nigga or whatever and come back later on that night with duffel bags of shit and ski masks on and tell your ass to meet you at this door or whatever like that and sell you a gun. $800 for a mat or whatever.
Yeah. I know that shit happen. Let me the undercover officers.
Working with the cartel.
I was thinking that too. The cartel,
it is
they work with the cartel.
$1 industry, bro. That means that it's money
all over that drug trade, boy.
Bro. You know what I'm saying?
And see, y'all gotta remember that America cares about one thing and one thing only: the dollar.
Yeah, dollar. Capital.
So guess what? Your crime, your suffering. Guess what? It all makes money for them. You being in the hood, it make money for them.
Hell yeah.
You going to jail, it make money for them. So how is it that every aspect of your life, they making money off of you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
When somebody gets shot, the hospital get paid, the motherfucking ambulance people get paid, the doctors get paid, everybody, man. Man, I don't know how the fuck
And
we gonna
guess
get out
what?
of this
Guess what?
situation.
They take that same money and flip it because now you part of a sheet or whatever that say how many people came to. So now they need more resources to help you.
When you hear about them they lock up somebody over here. Y'all supposed to be locking up their ass. They got all the bulk of everything.
Yeah.
Guns, coke, fentanyl, all that shit is coming from.
Yeah, plus you gotta understand.
Hell, even
how
like
the hell
let's
is we doing anything and we in America? So everything is coming from somewhere else.
Yeah.
Only thing we is holding the currency, so that's why all them other places ain't got really that much currency.
But after
they come here.
But after the money, it's control. You see what I'm saying? They gotta maintain control. You see what I'm saying? This is why we go to other countries and go fucking bomb over there, because it's a situation where we might lose control. You see what I'm saying? The shit that happened over there in Afghanistan, Iraq, and whatever, when the whole
Gaddafi,
No. Just recently, when the government got taken over by Al Qaeda. Now, wasn't we just fighting the motherfuckers a couple years ago? But y'all let these motherfuckers take over a whole motherfucking country.
And that's what they wanted, confusion.
You see what I'm saying?
Like they was doing something.
However, if you understand the way how Al Qaeda was built, guess what? It works all in American favor because America funded the whole fucking Al Qaeda.
With the guns.
The creation of Al Qaeda was built with American money. So guess what? It profits.
You go blow shit up and just to go build this shit back.
But see,
up.
the motherfuckers that don't really research this shit, that live over there, guess what? They're like, oh, you let terrorists take over our country. What the fuck? Now I'm in turmoil. You see what I'm saying? Whole time, it's America. It's American politics. America finally won.
Don't, and you can't say America. It's England, Germany, all the Europeans.
Yeah, they
what's everything.
I mean, but when it come down to it, with a bully dog. When it come down to it, with a bully dog.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? The bully dog.
The bully dog.
Yeah. Nah, it's England. It's Europe.
No.
You think? I think China.
Oh,
nah, man. Nah. China ain't got shit.
China is like trying to take over like Taiwan
And shit.
That's over there by China. And Russia is trying to take Ukraine.
I think China the bully because they make all that shit. They make all that shit.
They all our only white Europeans go in partnership.
Okay, why you think we was partnering with China for a long ass time?
Look.
Yeah, but they only have
technology.
No.
They got technology.
Japan has it.
Listen, they got the technology, so they can blow all that shit up. They can blow all this shit up.
See, listen. Japan has the technology. China has manufacturing.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is why you got 50 lamb fucking bootleg fucking Jordan places in China. It don't take nothing to sit up there and make nothing in China.
I met a girl yesterday on the bus and showed her last night.
Who?
A girl on another bus.
What you got, Bruce?
Couldn't get no more when I went back to get them at the store.
But that's what I'm saying. It don't take much to sit up there and manufacture shit from China. You see what I'm saying? You can get, and the reason why is because, like, this new joint called Temu on China, where they make shoes and sell them to Americans for $2.99.
Yeah,
now, if you're selling a shoe for $2.99, how much more cheaper is it to manufacture that shit over there in China? You see what I'm saying?
About 50 cents.
Yeah. So we go over there strictly for manufacturing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we already know their products is some bullshit. Go buy a pair of headphones from China. And you're going to be like, that's some bullshit. Especially the cheaper they are.
Yeah.
And the cheaper they are, the more likely they are to be made in China. You see what I'm saying? But everybody knows that they the world's biggest bootleggers. You know what I'm saying? Because of they copyright laws and shit like that. I did a paper on that shit
every government
in college.
All of them is under one umbrella. They all working together. And they sit there and make it seem like, oh, you better go to war with them. But the whole time, it's the civilians who the populations keep spreading and spreading. It's about the least, you know what I'm saying, cutting off a certain amount of people. It's too many people, and so the government's got to do this. So once every year they see the shit go up to 8 billion, you know how many people in America, they try to cut it down. So they try to make a disease. Corona. But they make it seem like Corona is something like a
phenomenon.
Yeah, like they said it came from bats from China. So how
Man, you know one thing though? I don't see how they gonna talk about that it's too many human beings on this earth. Nigga, it's too much land for they to even talk about it's too many human beings and we gotta knock people off. Nah, bro, you got too much land, bro.
why?
It's too much space on the earth, bro.
See, this is the thing. Certain people
go to the government, sign some papers, trying to get some money, and then they start talking. You know, be like, "Oh, I need this. We don't get this here." That's what them be like. That's what makes them mad when they got a motherfucker try to do, you know what I'm saying, do the right thing.
Yeah.
They get mad and they start saying, "Oh yeah, we just gonna start chopping y'all off then."
But again, it come down to it come down, and you right. It is a whole bunch of land.
Too much land in this goddamn world, bro.
It come down to control. It come down to control.
I mean,
you can't sit up there and let the people get these ideas in their head that they can do this and the third, or even make it look like, oh, signing a little bit of papers over here and this and the other, you can get 40 acres and a mule. Because if it was that easy, guess what? Everybody had that shit, and guess what? You can't tell
everybody mad and knowing that shit.
Yeah, you can't tell a whole bunch of people this shit. So guess what? You know, you gotta control the population. But he is right, because there is a branch of law. It's called international law. Now everybody is under international law. You see what I'm saying? That whole shit between the war that's going on right now. That shit follows under international law. However, as many countries that know about that war that's going on right now in Ukraine, who tried to stop it?
America?
Nobody. Now, America is trying to sit up there and sway the outcome of the war, but they not trying to stop the war. This is why they already picked the side of, and they never really officially jumped into the war. The reason why is because international law will sit up there and be like, hey, look, America, you in the wrong. So we're going to sanction you. The UN is going to sanction you, this and then the other, whatever. And guess what? Our money will go down.
America going to war trying to help. America want everything. Yeah, they want to control everything. And they
but a friend of my friend is my enemy.
Russia,
I mean,
Russia is so
enemy of my enemy.
Like
private.
Yeah, they don't
you know
really know. They can't get into Russia for real and know what's going on. So they got to use Ukraine to do that. That's why they fund Ukraine. They're playing both sides. They go chill with Russia. Like, damn, what is going over here? Then they give shit to Ukraine. No, what's it? Yeah, Ukraine.
Yeah.
And then they go and keep battling, but they have that's like a spy for them. Ukraine. That's why they need Ukraine, because they ain't gonna be able to stay on top of it. But I don't think Russia really realized that they're really playing both sides. I don't believe that.
But look,
but Russia is also playing both sides too, because you see.
But that's theirs. They can't play both sides.
True.
Ukraine is their stuff. That's
right. But here's the thing, though, right? This is Russia, right? This is Ukraine, bro. Russia has every right. Yeah. That's like you.
Oh, Ukraine own Russia.
No, Russia. Ukraine was part of the.
Oh, okay.
Russia used to be back in the day. Used to be part of the Europe.
Y'all helping me some shit. I don't really know about that politics.
So it's like that's you buy a house, right?
Yeah.
And you rent somebody your backyard. Then all of a sudden they're like, you know what, though? We tired of your shit. We ain't giving you shit now. And you like, well, what the nigga? Like, what do you mean? You gotta pay rent? No, we ain't. We gonna start our own thing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm gonna build a house right back in your backyard.
In those lines. So now you like, no, you ain't. And then here comes all the other neighbors, which mean the nations. Nah, man, you can't do that. Like, what do you mean?
Russia, like,
You
what?
see what I'm saying? Like that's how I see it as, you know. But it ain't like Russia here and Ukraine here. Nah, they in. You know what I'm saying? That's like an in-house.
That's Taiwan and China. Same thing. China right here and Taiwan right here.
Yeah, y'all help me. I don't really, y'all help me something though. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really too
there. That's
yeah.
right.
I know like a little bit on it, but I don't know a lot on it. Okay, so I know about like Taiwan and all that.
Americans just playing the damn snake.
They ain't got no business. They ain't got no business.
They ain't got no business over there trying to help Ukraine. Ukraine should have just submitted it. Nobody would have been dying like that. They just would have been working for them prior. I'm like, son, why y'all ain't just, because all them people dying, coming over here with one leg. Come on, they in America right now, Ukrainians.
Now, I don't agree with what that president out there do.
No, but that's
I know I want to ask y'all a quick question. Who y'all think gonna win this next election coming up? You think we should let Trump get back in here? I want Trump back. I vote for Trump coming back.
I don't know why y'all keep talking about Republicans, bro. I don't know why. Hey, I'm gonna let
I love Donald Trump. You know, LUH MARLO for Donald Trump.
I'll tell you like this, though. I'll tell you like this. Right now, it's not looking good for the Republicans. The reason why it's not looking good for the Republicans is because the House Speaker, McCarthy, they had to do the 12 to 14 votes just to get him in. Yeah. Now,
Republicans run the House right now.
They run the House and the Senate.
I mean, even because I'm not a Republican, I'm not a Democrat or either. I'm not. I'm neither one of them. Though. I'm not a Republican or a Democrat or nothing. I'm just an independent in the middle. You know what I'm saying?
But what I'm saying is this: is that you know they got a real issue. They got a real issue with defining what their party is about. You see what I'm saying? Whether they're about the people or the corporations or what. But you cannot sit up there and sit up there and say that Republicans right now are running on all 6 or 4 or 8 cylinders or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because they dysfunctional right now.
What?
You got since Trump, there's been a new division of Republicans, and that's the Trump supporters. Like diehard Trump supporters. And they do everything in the favor of Donald Trump. You see what I'm saying? They want their leader back.
I want my leader back too, Donald Trump. I want Trump back. Take it back. We want Trump back.
It's all for
I want Trump back.
That's what. Please, man. Tell them, man. Like,
hey, you know why I want Trump back. Cause listen, Trump don't need us. Trump don't need us, bro. Trump don't need us, bro. Trump don't need Trump already got money. You know what I'm saying? Then he got help. Get the country out because he already got money to help us out. So you know what I'm saying? He ain't got to answer to their ass. He can go over there and blow that shit up if he want to. You know what I'm saying?
That's why they don't want him in there.
Yeah.
That's exactly. Them Jews do not want Trump in there.
That's why I think like Trump. Even though he not for the black, but like I say Trump. Man, Trump can go over there and take that shit if he want to.
Nah, but they like buying him better.
They like Biden because Biden kiss ass. That's why they like him because he kiss ass. He will kiss ass and will do what they want him to do.
All the little fake wars going on.
No, because Biden can. The Congress can control Biden because his head ain't big enough.
Trump was over there stopping
the Congress can't, because Congress, even when you're the office, Congress run shit. Though, you feel me? Congress run shit. But Congress run shit though. What I'm saying, Congress run shit. So
that's why
Trump ain't listen. Trump ain't listen to the Congress. No, Blunt gonna listen to their ass.
But see, this the thing. Is I'm not gonna say Trump don't listen.
He him.
That's why they always. You always hear something like, "Oh, the FBI trying to catch Trump."
Don't get me wrong.
The FBI trying to.
Blunt is a good president. Don't get me wrong.
No.
He alright. But he ain't no Donald Trump.
He ain't no Donald Trump. Listen. The difference between the biggest difference between Donald Trump and Biden is because Biden is going to play by the rules.
Exactly.
Right?
Trump play by the rules too.
No, he does not. He does not.
He's still gonna do his.
But he makes the rules.
No.
He's still doing.
This is
Trump still make the rules. That's what you do as a president. You make the rules.
Listen. This is what Donald Trump. You might be in a certain way. You are right that he does make rules, but this is after the fact he do what he do.
Yeah. And then he
Now-
established it. He said, okay, I do this, I do this, I do that, I did that.
But
Boom. It's a rule now.
But it's based off of the rules. It's based off the rules because
When they got mad about Donald Trump, you know what they got mad about Donald Trump? What they got mad about Donald Trump was when he blocked the Migos from coming across the board.
he didn't.
Oh, he tried.
He tried. He
He
definitely
tried.
built
tried.
it a little bit, but
He
by
built
that
it.
time, there ain't nobody. Did he vote for? Did he
No,
try to get
I'm gonna tell you what.
again?
I'm gonna tell you what
He tried to
happened.
get elected twice. They
Listen,
didn't
listen,
pick him.
That's what they. That's what they got mad and say, man, we ain't picking you no more.
Listen.
That's when they got mad.
When it come down to that border wall, guess what? I'm gonna tell you what happened. So they got the funding for the border wall. They built up the border wall because the other Republicans did not pay for that border wall.
Yeah.
Believe it or not. Trump,
Simple.
He had to shut the government down.
Trump's-
Just to get that funded.
right.
Right,
But Trump
right.
supporters is the ones that ultimately pay for that wall. Now, I'm gonna tell you what happened. So it was about 3 miles that got built. 3 miles that got built. Guess what the Mexicans did? Took a simple, made a video. It was 3 of them. Made a simple rope ladder.
And got a vote.
Threw that motherfucker over the fence and got over the fence. Now, this was the same one they was petitioning. Oh, what's going to keep out the Mexicans? Can't nobody or whatever.
Bro.
Guess what?
Ain't so much he can do. What, he gonna make an electric fence?
No, guess what?
I mean, you can.
That's a
That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. Them niggas be dead to the fuck.
But see,
That's not a bad idea.
you gotta do it in a humane way. You gotta do it in a humane way. Y'all gonna fucking send motherfuckers to fucking just let you stand without the shit. But the thing is,
All they doing is killing people anyway. Sending fentanyl and everybody's now all of a sudden fentanyl and everything. The weed almost died with fentanyl. Some part almost died with fentanyl. Niggas playing with that shit, bro.
right? But I understand what you're saying.
That's crazy.
But again, it's just like China. If their economy wasn't fucked up, they wouldn't be doing all this shit. You see what I'm saying? If the economy wasn't fucked up in the hood, you think motherfuckers be shooting motherfuckers? Hell no. Everybody be out there getting money like it was in the early 2000s.
Man, look at it like this. How simple is this? They trying to make the dollar seem like the dollar is getting like they taking away the dollar. Whole time they got the motherfucking dollars. They sit there and show on the camera they're making that money. You never seen it on the news that shit doing like that. That shit is happening all day. They cut down the fucking tree, they build the tree, they make the trees, cut it back down and make some damn. No, but it come from cotton. No, money is like cotton and copper.
It's cotton and some other shit. It's cotton and some other shit.
It's like copper or something like that.
But
That being said,
but they're taking resources from other countries too to make that money.
yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
It ain't about them cutting trees and making money. Every dollar that they print is supposed to be backed by something, gold, diamonds, or something like that. You know, it ain't just cutting trees down and pasting up money. You know, we never got.
You know why we losing money?
Fort Knox gold don't even cover all the dollars
We losing
that
money
they printed.
because of the people that come from overseas. They come over here and they send their money back overseas. That's why we losing money.
But
That's exactly why we.
But
losing
understand
I
this
still make it
though.
way
But
back.
understand this though.
He said it make his way back.
Yeah.
But understand
I think
this.
so too. Yeah.
But
I think
understand
it's
this.
If it's going over there and niggas saving it, man,
No, what they do is exchange it for their dollars.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens.
Right. Yeah.
That's exactly what happens. That's exactly what
but it's
happens.
still leaving.
Because
It's still leaving. It's not going in the right pocket. Where it's not going in somebody that's homeless.
I tell you like this. All it take, you know how much money it take to be a millionaire in another country?
It'll take a lot of money.
No, it don't.
I mean, it don't take a lot. Yeah. 'Cause
I could take $1,000 right now. I just found this out too the other day. I could take $1,000 right now, right?
in Africa.
I could take $1,000 and go to the Republic of Congo and be a millionaire.
I mean, you could do that. You could.
You know why? You know why?
Yeah, the American dollars. The American dollars stretch a long way. The American dollars stretch a long way.
And look at this. Look at this. You
Everybody
think
want
about
dollars.
it. You think about it. if you go to a country,
But you gotta think about it over there. That shit might cost a little bit more with the, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, their money, like, they value with their money. Like, so you probably get a dollar, but they shit you probably spend like a little bit. Whatever how they money work, you probably spend like that shit probably cost. I don't know how that shit cost, but it might cost like Jamaican money. You might get take over there and the shit costs. You might get a like whatever you get for the dollar for Jamaican money, but you might have to spend $100,000 on a burger. Yeah.
For $1 American.
All right, so check this out.
You might have to spend that shit on a burger or something like that.
Check this out.
You still gonna be spending fast and shit like that.
Not necessarily.
It seems like a lot of money.
Because it seems like a little money.
It costs the same amount.
It still costs the same amount. It might still cost amount and more.
In some cases, you got that because if you take $1 over here and go to Canada, guess what? You're gonna lose money.
Look at Dubai.
Because they showed it on the video,
it's like,
$100 for $1 American, but to buy a jar of peanut butter like this, cost $500 of their dollars.
Right.
That's close. That's just like paying $5. It's a $5 jar here.
You're right. You're right. In some cases, it's the same thing. In some cases, it's the same thing because you can go over, like, say for instance, China. $2 over there. I don't know how much the conversion on $2 is over from here to over there, but I know it's a lot.
Yeah, I think $2 American like 20 cents over there, something like that.
Something like that, some shit like that. It's either like 13 cents or something like that, something cheap. But what I'm saying is that
That's why they do all that cheap labor over there.
They do hella cheap labor over there. They don't mind renting their little people out, and you treat them like dirty whores.
Instead of paying you,
that's all the here we got for the Lord today for the Lord Marlo show. We out. We gonna change for another episode.
You know what I'm saying?